We're rocking. Oh, the clap.
There it is.
Bam.
There it is.
Hey! Welcome to yet another Ramble Radio.
Video.
Okay. Also radio.
Okay.
I
Whatever.
mean, is
Fine.
that what?
Whatever. You know what? Fine.
Earth is round.
Fine.
Also
Is
radio.
it?
It is.
Is it?
Earth
I've
is
listened
round.
to some podcasts.
You seen some Reddit threads?
I've listened to some experts.
Oh, God. Okay, look, this might, I don't think this is going to come back to blow up in our faces,
What?
but that whole Wayfair.
Oh, I ordered 3 cabinets already.
Here's
It cost
the
me
thing.
$80,000.
I think the ball's on them to just put it in a. Because what if some rich person who's not into that
Like,
goes
what
out
the
by like,
fuck?
what? They would have been outed. They'd have been like, oh, what the fuck? I think you would hear about that, don't you think?
You would think.
That's what's having me go. I'm not so sure it's them behind it. That's it. I don't know. I mean, again, but I'm just saying.
I can't with fucking people anymore.
And here's I don't know if it all reminds me. I think it was that Richard Jenny joke about Vegas. It's all because every fucking YouTube and Reddit detective. It just reminds me.
They're called truth seekers.
The truth
Would you
seekers,
call
the
them what they're
free-thinking
called?
truth seekers who only somehow listen to what Trump says, but they're free thinkers. But whatever Trump says goes. But they're free thinkers.
Yeah,
anyway,
free thinkers.
What I don't understand is
Yeah.
that I think it was Richard Jenny who had that joke about or was it? It might have been Kevin Pollak. One of the two. I think it was one of those two who laughed about guys beating Vegas. And he goes, "This is a system that's designed to do nothing but take your money.
Yeah.
But you're telling me that you and your uncle in a basement have figured out how? Like, stop. You know, like that's just.
You're gonna go and win your $200 of blackjack,
Right.
And think you beat the system.
and think you beat the. It like they all have that attitude of we're gonna figure it all out. Like, all right, and I'm not saying there's not. Of course, there's horrific sex trafficking.
Oh yeah,
But I just.
they're not putting it on a website.
A website for anyone to fucking. What if the warehouse fucks it up and you just buy it like $100 fucking little litter box for your pet?
It's like,
and
what?
you open it up and there's a kid in it. They
It's
could
just-
fuck that. There's so many variables.
It's just the concept, the thinking that they're putting secret
Right.
symbols everywhere for people to decipher. Like, why would you leave a trail?
Why would you leave? If you're doing something that horrific, why do you leave any kind of anything to get busted? Fucking insane. Oh man, it's whatever. But that's I don't know.
Have we even said hey to Cody yet?
Cody!
Hi.
There he is.
Uncomfortably listening to us rant
Well, because
about
he's got
child-
a Wayfair cabinet behind him.
He does. He had to go. Y'all missed it, but
He
he
had to go
covered it
hide.
up. He just covered that thing up. We were talking. He said he had that like
Just
he,
got it delivered yesterday.
he literally did that Three Stooges the little rascals like double take when we said Wayfair. He put some shit behind, pushed the cabinet out of the way. We saw it all happen. It's crazy.
Oh fuck.
Oh man, whatever. Can we talk about something that Eddie and I are trying to figure out how to get our hands on?
Yeah.
There's a Sentinel.
Has Cody seen it?
Cody hasn't seen this. Cody, you have access to Google right now, don't you?
Sure.
Google Marvel Legends Haslab, like Hasbro, Haslab,
Yeah.
Sentinel. And
it's fine if you have to pull your pants down. Start touching
We're not
yourself.
mad.
We understand.
We've
been there.
several times now. We want this.
We need it. It's not a want.
It's not a want.
There's a difference between a want and a need. This falls into need.
Is it as
category.
tall as this table?
It's 18 inches.
Fucking Christ.
18.
Fuck.
18 inches.
Jesus. We need it.
Probably.
You think from the ground?
I think this water bottle, probably like right there.
No, I say bigger than that. That was the leg.
No,
I say
it's
bigger
18.
than that.
The Marvel Legends guy's about right there. I say about right there.
No, it's bigger. I'm telling you, it's big. It's even bigger.
And the eyes light up.
The eyes. Have you seen it yet, Cody?
Yes,
I have.
You're impressed.
You're impressed.
You're
He has
speechless.
no
He's
idea what that
speechless.
thing is. He's
But
still
he's still
impressed.
speechless.
Still speechless. Look at
Is
that.
it wearing a helmet?
Come on, dude. Come on, Cody. Stop
He's not
this.
wearing a helmet, Cody.
Is there a naked Sentinel behind us
Yes.
right now?
Now there is. I had to pull Cody down to put the naked Sentinel.
Yeah, that's right.
That's fine.
So we're trying to figure out how do we do this.
I have a plan.
Eddie,
I have a plan that we can get our hands on these
look, okay, worst case scenario.
without you losing your girlfriend and me getting divorced.
But worst case scenario, if that happens,
Yes.
we have each other and those Sentinels,
True.
right?
True. So
How quick
is there?
do you-
It's kind of a win-win.
So
situation.
how quick do you forget your son if you have that Sentinel?
Who?
See? Look at that. Look at that. That's man. So that thing is just stunning. We're trying to get the Marvel Legends guys interviewed on here. We're gonna see if we can.
Even
do
though
it.
they told us
they told us we were their favorite.
we were their favorite interview
Ever.
last year's Comic-Con.
Comic-Con. And yet
they booked
they're
up all their interviews.
booked up. I don't know if I like the haircut, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Why'd you do it? I like the long hair
Because I was looking in the mirror. I'm like, I look like Neil Young, and I don't want to look like Neil Young anymore. I don't want to look like Neil Young.
He's a legend.
Legend. Don't want to look like him. Don't want to look like Neil Young. It's just getting really long and like straw-like. And
Look,
stringy.
if you can still do it, do it. I mean, that's my take.
But the longer it got, the less it looked like I could do it. That it was looking more and more
I understand. Yeah.
thin.
Yeah.
The longer it gets.
So you literally thought you looked like the Neil Young Pearl Jam "Keep on Rockin' in the
Yes.
Free World Live," where he was just like, right, doing that thing.
in a free world.
I mean, he still got it.
Oh yeah.
But-
if you think that voice has it, yeah, he's got it. Keep on rocking. That's exactly what he sounds like.
I'm a fan, though.
I'm
Not
a fan, but it's the voice is hard sometimes.
It can be Cody Neil
I
Young.
like when people cover Neil Young.
Oh, yay or nay on the? How is there even an up?
I don't.
He's
I
amazing.
don't know. I don't know where because it's not a. I don't think it's a great voice.
It's not. It's an awful voice.
I'm talking about the songwriting.
That's what I'm saying. When
Songwriting,
people
tremendous.
cover Neil Young, I'm like, this is much.
You're
better.
in. You're in. I'm
It's
all
kinda-
in regardless.
It's kind of like when a singer has like one register and that's it.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough, and I think Neil Young has like one sound.
Yeah. It's
And
keep
that's all
on
he
rocking
Okay.
in a free world.
Neil Young
Yeah.
singing,
Yeah.
or Fred Durst rapping. God, that you have to go instant Neil Young there. Stop.
Give me Fred Durst
I'm like
rapping.
a Joe. Hey, I'm like a Joe. Hey, I'm like a Joe. Hey. No, Neil Young. Neil Young. Neil Young. 1,000%. You can't. There's no way.
I'd probably like Neil Young just because I like the music better.
Right.
I can take the music and the lyrics I like better
Over Fred Durst
than what Fred
rapping.
Durst is doing. Though they both sound like I want to throw my head through a wall.
Right.
Look,
right.
both icons. We
Right.
can
Well,
agree.
yeah, we
Oh.
can agree. We can
It's
agree.
1A and 1B in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. What if Limp Bizkit gets in?
The Rock and Roll Hall of
Yeah,
Fame.
what if Limp Bizkit
Then you burn
gets
it down, right?
You
You
have
burn
to.
down the Hall of Fame.
Does it not matter anymore?
No. I
To
think
have
yeah.
Fred Durst's backwards hat next to fucking George Harrison's guitar, next to Prince's suit,
Eddie Vedder's brown
Eddie
Jeremy
Vedder's
jacket.
Jeremy jacket, and then Fred
Durst
Durst,
backwards.
some Cobain flannel, and then that Fred Durst backwards hat. You're out, right? You
have
leave.
to be. It's got to be
You
done.
can't stay. How do you stay? You're like, oh well, let's go see more. Is that? But who? So here's the problem with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We're getting to that point now where who's in?
Well, it's like WWE Hall of Fame. Like you get to the point where like, okay,
Now they're gonna have to start putting fucking who? Like Heath Slater's going in now.
I mean, at some point,
Like, I
you're,
mean, like,
you're
is
running
this-
out of your names.
I
I
mean-
know they're holding the Rock off as long as possible,
They are just to have
just to
something.
have a name at some point.
like
Rock and Cena is all they got left.
Cena. So I would say the Foo Fighters are like Cena. They're like the only ones now that you're putting in no question.
that should go in.
I don't
and
know
you're
who
just turning
else.
them off.
You gonna put in Coldplay? Are you gonna have a Coldplay ceremony? Are you out of your fucking mind? That's what's maybe
I mean,
Radiohead.
like the Blue Meanie, does he get in?
Does Radiohead already in? Right. Is Radiohead already in? I don't
think they
know.
are.
Is Al Snow? I mean, like that's what we're. So we're at the point now where we're gonna have to start. Look, are the Hall of Fame committee like guys? It's gonna have to be either Limp Bizkit, Stained, like Three Doors Down. Nick, one of these guys is
Three
going in.
Doors Down.
Radiohead got in last year.
Okay, so they're taken care of.
So, but that means we're getting closer to
We're
Three
getting-
Doors Down.
we're getting
We're one
closer.
step closer with Three Doors Down getting in.
The fucking Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to have a
fucking
1,000 years will
311.
make me older. Yeah,
311.
Oh,
Oh,
311 has to really.
God.
That has to get Cody because Cody and I have talked about how much Cody can't stand
311's the
reggae
worst,
done
the worst
by
band of all
non-black
time.
people.
Yeah,
And
I'll take Nickelback over 311.
Oh, that's rough, but I think you're right. I think I might
No,
have
it's
to as well.
100% right.
I think I might have
311's
to.
the most garbage band.
Everybody knows that we are dead.
Also,
Oh.
if you meet 311 fans, it's almost just as worse.
Oh, they're awful.
See,
They're awful
that's
people.
not a bad point you're making.
They're awful
But
people.
we're at that point. They're next up. Who else? Okay, seriously. Out of anyone that has been in a band since '92, who's next after the Foo Fighters? Is Dre in? Because Dre and Snoop, I'll give you. Maybe you put in Jay-Z. I don't know if Tupac or Biggie have made it. All right.
But then
Absolutely.
again, you're not a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Well,
you're a
they
music
put
Hall of Fame.
doo-wop bands
I
in
know,
there and stuff
but then
like
it should be a
that, so-
music Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Rock and roll is a genre of music. The
I
same way as
mean-
country is.
Here's what's gonna happen. They're gonna have to start putting in some mediocre '70s hard rock bands. You know what I mean? I think they're gonna get the call before.
Like who?
I'm just trying to think. I get like, you know what I mean? It's just some prog rock band that had like one. They're gonna have to throw them in there.
One hit wonders are going to start going in.
They're
right?
gonna. They already do. The '50s already have. I mean, they're gonna.
They'll start doing like I think they'll probably start going through eras. So like I think probably next would be like the pop like Blink-182 is eligible starting this year. So like that's going to be something like that happens.
But I guess you would
think.
take, if you're doing it by eras, the way you would do a sports Hall of Fame, what is the biggest selling band of that era?
right.
So you're gonna okay.
Because you can't compare the numbers of, say, like a Jerry Rice or who just went in the Hall of Fame as a receiver.
To
T.O. compared to like Art Monk. Art Monk
Right.
gets blown out of the water because there was a different style of football
Sure.
back then.
But also
when he
record
retired-
sales are. Oh, go ahead.
No, but when Art Monk retired, he was the NFL's leading receiver with like 800 catches career-wise.
Yeah.
Jerry Rice ended up with like 1,500. God. But during his time, he was the dominant. Same with Steve Largent.
Yeah, Largent.
He's like not even in the top 10 anymore. But when he retired, he was number one.
They reached 8,000. I called it. It was going to be a damaged head. I called it.
Oh, God.
The Sentinel reached 8,000 backers. It's now going to come with an extra damaged head. Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry, Cody.
Sorry, Cody. You have to buy one. Now, what? Okay. Era. Then if it's you, how do you not put Green Day in over Blink 182 instantly? I
Green Day
know
goes first.
They have to go first. If Blink 182 is eligible, Green Day's. If they get in before Green Day, that's. I'm not even. I don't even know if. I mean,
Green Day got in 2015.
they're already Hall of Famers. Weezer
2015.
is Weezer a Hall of Famer? Weezer gets in before any of those.
Weezer gets in.
They get in before Blink 182.
if Blink goes in, Weezer goes in.
Weezer is not in.
Okay, Weezer. Okay, so Foo Fighters, Weezer. I don't know who else. Great.
Right said Fred.
Right Said Fred goes in now. I will put Right Said. I would if I had a vote. I'm voting in Right Said Fred.
Right
over
said
Stick.
Fred over Blink 182.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, Andre's
Fabulous
Andre's in
Thunderbirds.
too. What's that?
Fabulous Thunderbirds should already be in.
Fabulous
Fabulous
Thunderbirds. You're gonna have to put them in.
They should rename a wing to the Hall of Fame, the Fabulous T-Birds wing.
Yes, you ride a T-bird like a little amateur, like on a rail, a little T-bird that takes you through the history of the band. How come they're not in?
Wrap it up.
Fuck, I take it, wrap it up. Honey, we're just lamenting. I don't know if you heard, but we're not that far away from like Nickelback getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I know. It's
Right?
what's left. All that shit you loved as a
How about
teenager.
Neil Young covering a Fabulous T-Birds song?
I would take it. wrap
it up. I'll take it.
Because here's what's going to happen. You know who's going in? We're not that far from that fucking band.
Disturbed.
They're going to get in.
They actually probably will get in.
Cody, stop. There's no way.
I'm not. They're one of the biggest selling acts. If we're talking about the biggest selling acts of different eras,
Yeah.
they have to be close.
So you're telling me Five Finger Death Punch has a shot? They have a
In
shot.
like 20 years, sure.
Fuck.
Because at what point, like, you have to track the trajectory of rock and roll and what is big in like mainstream rock and roll.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
It just. But Deep Purple's not in. Deep Purple isn't even in yet. And
How
you're
many
gonna put
metal
these
bands are
motherfuckers.
in?
Disturbed has sold 17 million records worldwide.
When
They're
did-
gonna get in.
When did Metallica get in?
They've been in for a while.
They've been in
They've
for a
been-
minute,
yeah.
right?
But like, is Iron Maiden in? Is
I don't know. You
I
have
mean-
to start opening the floodgates for those guys.
Quiet Riot
Metallica
should
got
be,
in 2009.
Quiet
Yeah.
Riot should be
Quiet
in.
Riot should be in then. If you're putting in Disturbed, how are you not putting? Okay,
Iron Maiden is not in.
That's
Iron Maiden's
insane.
not in. That's insane.
That's insane.
Iron Maiden needs to be in there before any of these motherfuckers. Deep Purple needs to be in there before any of these. Now the problem with Deep Purple has been there's 8,000 members.
Yeah.
They've had like 45,000 members. So you know who else deserves to be? I can't believe I'm going to say these words. Richie Blackmore's fucking Renaissance Fair band, Blackmore's Night. Put them in before fucking anyway. This is fuck. It just this hurts. This hurt, but we're not that far away from. We're gonna have to just sit there and watch that fucking. What's that fucking band? Greta von Susterberg. They're gonna fucking go in. We're gonna have to watch them be Hall of Famers. Like what's her name?
Greta Von Fleet.
That's
Van
it.
Fleet.
We're gonna have to watch these. That fucking the Zeppelin.
Still take that over
cover
311.
band. I would too. Because it's. So Andrea says Nickelback getting into the Hall of Fame would be one of the first signs of an apocalypse. But it's probably going to... You know what? Avril Lavigne's going in. Let's just go ahead and say it. It's going to happen. We're going to have to sit through boy bands going in now.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking Backstreet Boys. I mean, if
gonna
you
happen.
want to sell records, if you're saying records sold...
NSYNC's going to go
The-
in.
and
Backstreet
them and
Boys.
NSYNC are going in.
Does 98 Degrees make it?
Yeah, they should.
Why did you have to bring Backstreet Boys into that?
Well, because they don't deserve in the Hall. They're not in the Hall of Fame. No, they do not. Andrea's
Wow.
angry.
If you need a place to stay tonight, you come to my
Thank
place.
you, Eddie. Because Andrea is vehemently...
If Backstreet Boys get in before Iron Maiden, we
before Iron Maiden,
burn it down.
Iron Maiden still performs for hundreds of thousands of people every night. The Backstreet Boys perform for 300 in a fucking ballroom in Vegas. Yeah, they do. 300.
300. 300. And most of them were gambling.
Most of them were gambling. They got comped in. Who inducts them?
Who inducts
Who inducts the Backstreet Boys? Is it that fucking manager who
O-Town.
Is it that manager who molested half of them and then
O-Town.
ripped them off?
The
Is that
O-Town
the guy?
manager does.
Who is that? What was it? Right, the guy who managed all of them. He would.
Dead now.
Is he dead? Isn't he the one he like molested all of them and fucking robbed from
His
them?
name's Lou Pearlman.
Lou Pearlman. That guy. Lou Pearlman.
The Wayfarer of boy bands.
The Wayfarer of boy bands. Fuck, man. Well, shit. This.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I know.
Dex, what band would you want to see go into the rock
He's in a
and-
band. Maybe
he's-
he'll be biased.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
I've never
okay.
seen him play a fucking instrument.
Right, but he leads our band.
That's true. What band would you like to see go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
The crazy thing is, I've only gotten in 3 fistfights my entire life. They were all younglings, and the one that lived is a quadriplegic. So maybe think twice before you run your mouth in my playland.
Oh, he's
Whew, okay.
beats up children as well
To death.
to death.
He's
2 of them.
Two.
And I hate him.
All right, man. Well, that.
God damn it, he sucks.
Fuck. Cody, sorry, man, but
It's the worst.
where can they find you, buddy?
Well, you can find me at the Cinesnob podcast, talking weekly reviews in VOD, soon to be in video form probably this week,
All right.
as well as regular audio form.
Nice.
ReMCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, where we're rewatching and reevaluating. And then we have Corn Stream, where we're talking to comedians and other entertainment people about what they're doing and watching during quarantine and give recommendations.
Look at that.
Nice.
Eddie, 5 days a week.
5 days a week,
twice.
patreon.com, The Ralph Report. 5 days a week, radio.com, Swings and Misses. And then Tuesday, Friday, we got Ramble Radios. And Wednesday, we have Ramble Prime.
So please follow and subscribe to all these things that we're selling.
Do it.
And also, you can see me every Monday on my social media as a smug nerd with Eddie here as
Yes.
a director. Every Thursday on my YouTube channel. It's just YouTube / I think it's my name, Jerry Rocha. Go check it out. My Retro Rocha, where I talk an old video game. And then every night during quarantine, I am playing a retro game on Twitch, twitch.tv / Retro Rocha. And I might even do a thing called Recent Rocha, where I talk new games. Might do that. That might be coming up. So I might ask you, Bug you, for a logo for that.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. We'll see. But anyway. But thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe to all that shit. We have to break this down and set up the new era of Ramble proper, which you've already seen.
Which you've already seen.
You've already experienced it. We have to set it up. How fucking crazy
So
is that? We
excited.
have to go back to the future.
So excited.
Love you guys. Take care. We'll see you next week. Bye.